Murder investigation in Barrhaven. Police say one woman is dead and a senior is being treated for traumatic injuries. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan Keys. Ottawa police say a woman was killed in Barrhaven as residents woke up to seeing yellow police tape surrounding a home on Ashbourne Crescent. And she wasn't the only victim allegedly attacked. CTV's Caitlin Wilson is joining us with what else we know so far. Caitlin.
Yes, Stefan, police say one woman was pronounced dead at the scene and another victim, an elderly woman, was also treated for traumatic injuries and taken to hospital. It happened just before 10 p.m. Thursday night when police arrived on scene for a wellness check. According to police, a man walked into the Hawkesbury Hospital saying he murdered two people. Police found his 60-year-old mother stabbed to death in a home on Ashbourne Crescent, and a second victim, an elderly relative in their 80s, who neighbors describe as the suspect's grandmother, also stabbed and taken to hospital where she remains in stable condition. This is what neighbors had to say earlier today.
Last night, I got home and there were a bunch of cop cars. There were like 3 paramedics here as well.
She was so nice to my kids. Like, she would say hi and buy them gifts. Yeah, so she was really sweet. So honestly, I'm really sad to hear that she passed away.
A 30-year-old man is now charged with second-degree murder and attempted murder in what police are calling the city's first femicide of the year. Police are not releasing the identities of the accused or victims until next of kin notification is complete. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. Stefan?
All right, sad situation indeed. CTV's Caitlin Wilson reporting live for us. Thank you, Caitlin. Tragedy on the roads this morning. Police blocking off a stretch of Highway 417 in the West End for a fatal crash. OPP say it happened around 6 a.m. between Panmure Road and Kinburnside Road. Drivers were warned the westbound lanes in that area could be closed for quite some time. The stretch of road has since reopened. There was just one person in the car and no other vehicles were involved. Police say this investigation is ongoing. Meanwhile, police in Gatineau are looking into a shooting that left one person dead. The crime scene is located inside a business on Gatineau's Main Street in the Lac-Beauchamp district. Police rushed to the scene around 11:30 last night and found a victim with serious injuries. That person was pronounced dead at the scene. Police tape could be seen blocking the entrance to Bar 77. So far, no word on what would have led to this deadly situation. Staying in Gatineau for now, that's where residents are calling out the city for how it handled the flood. The Ottawa River is said to be receding now, but Gatineau's response is facing criticism. CTV's Natalie Van Roy joins us with the latest on that. Natalie.
Stefan, there's questions on why there's been 4 floods in this area in less than a decade, and there's no signs of this flood completely receding anytime soon. Now, homes in Gatineau, Quebec, still completely surrounded by water this afternoon, nearly 1 week into the flood. Some pumps have been going at all times of the day, and residents say they're getting by, but it's not easy.
At what cost? Like, who's supposed to pay for this? And it's very inconvenient. We don't have toilets because all the sewer system is backed up by the water from the river. It fills it up, so you can't use the toilet. You have to rent a mobile toilet or portable.
Gatineau's mayor says 95 households have registered with the Disaster Relief Centre, with 41 people in temporary lodging through the Red Cross. And as the flood continues, there is a possible peak on the horizon. People who live in the area say changes need to happen moving forward. The group is calling for more citizen oversight of the Flood Management Committee. Now, meanwhile, the Ottawa River Regulation Planning Board says the water has receded by about 11 centimeters in Hull, and like we heard, there is a chance of a second peak within the next couple of weeks due to snowmelt in the northern area. Stefan.
CTV's Natalie Van Roy with this update. Thank you, Natalie. Well, the man accused of threatening the Prime Minister's life is now facing new charges. The investigation began when the RCMP learned of a suspect who was using 2 social media accounts to post death threats against Mark Carney and incite hatred towards Muslim and Jewish communities. 55-year-old Jason Paul Rindal was arrested and charged with 3 counts of uttering threats to cause death or bodily harm in February. He has been held in custody since then. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is calling for no taxes on gas for an entire year. The Conservative leader says Mark Carney's temporary suspension of the federal excise tax is not enough.
Under his plan, Canadians are forced to continue to pay 15 cents per litre every time they gas up, even during this short-term suspension of the excise tax. Conservatives, by contrast, want to get rid of all three taxes.
Poilievre making those comments while in Mississauga today. He says he wants to see the excise tax on gas and diesel removed for the entire year instead of just from April 20th to September 7th. He also wants to get rid of the carbon tax and the GST on fuel. The Conservatives say they would save Canadians $1,200 for the remainder of the year, $20 for each fill-up, and 25 cents per litre. A Canadian woman was detained by ICE after losing her green card status following a divorce. Now she's facing deportation and the possibility of being separated from her daughter. In order for her to stay out of detention, Michelle Critchlow wears an ankle monitor and has been doing so for the last 10 months. She also has to check in with immigration and is not allowed to travel to visit family in Canada. A warning to others about what can happen with an invalidated green card. She didn't take the necessary legal steps to update it following her divorce, but she says she cannot be away from her American-born daughter.
I have fought tooth and nail for my child, and I'm not giving up. I can't give up.
Now she faces a costly legal battle, and family here in Canada say they feel helpless. In case you missed the NFL draft, Ottawa's Akeem Mesidor is heading to Los Angeles. The Chargers picked the 25-year-old 22nd overall.
With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Akeem Mesidor, linebacker.
When the rising football star was first learning the game, he says he didn't see the NFL as a reality, but his outlook changed when he made the jump to college football south of the border.
He came home and he said, "Mommy, I'm done." And I'm like, "What do you mean you're done?" He's, "I'm done football." And I'm like, "Why? Why would you do that?" "Because we can't afford it." And I'm like, "No, we're going to make it."
Mesidor spent 2 seasons with the West Virginia Mountaineers before transferring to the University of Miami. That's where he became a standout defensive lineman, helping to propel the team to the college football playoff national championship game earlier this year. Well, the Sens Army doubly disappointed today. Not only did their team lose against the Hurricanes last night, Jake Sanderson is out with a concussion and will not be playing in Game 4.
Got it in over the line. They got forced back out. It stays onside. Nick Cousins to the goal. Scores!
This is last night's Game 3 at the Canadian Tire Centre, where the Sens lost to the Carolina Hurricanes 2-1 yesterday. The Canes now have a 3-0 lead in the series. The teams suit up again at the CTC on Saturday at 3 p.m. That's when the puck drops. This is a must-win Game 4 for Ottawa.
Unfortunately, when we did purchase those tickets, Toronto was already sold out, so we went with Boston.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, FIFA kicks off in Canada soon, but officials are warning fans about falling for ticket scams. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. Mild temperatures and lots of sunshine in store for our weekend. Taking a look at temperatures right now, we are still hovering on those double-digit temperatures. 14 here in Ottawa, Bancroft, Pembroke, about 10 degrees in Kingston. So down by the water, still starting to feel like it's cooling down. It will cool down overnight to about 1 degree. Clear skies are in store for the overnight. Tomorrow, another daytime high of 13 degrees, but it could be a little chillier. Wind gusts anticipated up to 50 kilometers per hour. We'll get a full look at your long-term forecast, including your Sens game day forecast, in just a bit.
Thank you, Jackie. Here's what you need to know. The Ottawa Charge take on the Toronto Scepters tomorrow at TD Place Arena. They need this win to punch their ticket to the playoffs. Puck drop is at 2 p.m. Here's a live check on traffic right now. The 417 westbound is seeing about a 15-minute delay from Bronson to Pinecrest. Eastbound seeing about a 5-minute delay from the 416 to Maitland, and the 174 eastbound seeing a 10-minute delay from the split to Jeanne d'Arc. Happy Friday. We'll be right back. Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, FIFA tickets are expensive, and getting your hands on some can be difficult. As CTV's Pat Foran tells us, you likely shouldn't stray from official websites.
Vanessa Polakeni and her husband Paul Vella of Concord are huge soccer fans and were very excited about the chance to see a World Cup match. She entered a lottery and in October was able to buy 4 tickets.
Unfortunately, when we did purchase those tickets, Toronto was already sold out, so we went with Boston.
Polakeni bought the tickets for her husband and 2 friends for just over $1,700. They later discovered the match would be Haiti versus Scotland and made the decision to sell the tickets and use the funds to try and see a game in Toronto. To avoid scams, they used FIFA's official marketplace.
We did post them on December 16th, all 4 tickets, and they sold within minutes.
The tickets rose in price, and FIFA takes a 15% commission on ticket resales from the buyer and seller, but Polakeni was to receive just over $3,000. The website states it could take up to 60 days to receive your funds, but after 3 months and countless calls and emails, Polakeni says she has no idea when or if she'll get her money back.
I really don't know what is going on, and I'm just very disappointed. Now we have no tickets, and we have no refund.
CTV News also reached out to FIFA with calls and emails, but we did not get a response. However, fans in other countries have faced similar delays in getting refunds. Days after we contacted FIFA, Polakeni says the money appeared in her bank account. She's been refunded the $3,000 and says it's a relief. She hopes to use the money to help her husband see a World Cup game in Toronto for his birthday.
Thank you so much to CTV. Like I said, I'm really appreciative of a platform like this, and I hope he gets to go, and we'll be using that money definitely towards those tickets.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
In more consumer news, Ottawa police are taking action to address a growing trend of organized retail theft in the city. And they say one of the hotspots seeing the most retail theft is the Rideau Centre, which is where they're focusing this new initiative. It's meant to help prevent losses for retailers and started at the beginning of the month. Police say some incidents show that groups are stealing merchandise in very large quantities. Now, a dedicated officer will track behavior and trends of coordinated theft, which could lead to stronger charges for repeat offenders.
We always are investigating retail thefts as they happen. The new part about this is having a dedicated officer that's putting a lot of the background of putting files together to identify problems or people that are doing it repeatedly.
Since the pilot's launch, police have already supported 300 charges related to theft and those who are accused of doing it repeatedly.
This government will see this as an opportunity to destroy records.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, Ontario's omnibus budget bill passes, but not without controversy. Here's what else you need to know. Celebrate Ireland and its people through films and filmmakers. The Irish Film Festival is this weekend at the Canadian Museum of Nature. Here's another live check on traffic this hour. We are seeing some collisions off the Queensway at Bayshore Drive and Woodridge Crescent. Alta Vista Drive at Mount Batten Avenue has been cleared, that crash. On the Queensway, the 417 westbound lanes seeing a 15-minute delay from Parkdale to Pinecrest. In the eastbound lanes, just a slight 5-minute delay from the 416 to Maitland. You're watching CTV News at 5. Coming up tonight on CTV after the 6 o'clock news, E-Talk starts at 7, The Big Bang Theory at 7:30. Back-to-back episodes of Happy's Place starts at 8. Then you can watch W5 at 9 and Boston Blue at 9:30. Now for another check on the weather, let's go to Jackie, who is live in studio with us tonight. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. Mild temperatures, we've got sunshine and no rain in the forecast for the final weekend of April. So get out, enjoy your Friday evening. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, where it's 14 degrees out there right now. Taking a look, what we can see is National Gallery of Canada, as well as the Alexander Bridge. A gorgeous night, sun setting scheduled for about 8 o'clock today. Now here's a live look through our futurecast right now. We're taking a look now, mainly sunny skies as we get into the evening. Clear skies for the overnight. Not much in terms of precipitation. There is some active weather moving into the overnight into the early morning of Saturday around the Peterborough area as well as the GTA, but it's not going to likely affect here in Ottawa. Game time for the Sens game is about 3 p.m. You'll get a little bit of some clouds moving through eastern Ontario, but for Ottawa, if you are going to be out and about, mainly sunny skies. Now taking a look at temperature-wise for tomorrow, going to start things off another cool cool morning, 1 degree, warming up to about 13 degrees for 4 p.m. But those wind gusts are really going to pick up. Parts of the afternoon could see, or the early afternoon could see, up to 50 kilometers per hour. Now in the valley, 1 degree, overnight sunny, 13 degrees, the anticipated daytime high. And as we look towards the Kingston-Brockville area, 3 degrees, clear overnight, 11, mainly sunny skies is anticipated. Now, a longer look at our forecast for Sunday, not much in terms of precipitation. We are going to be enjoying this stretch of sunshine that will take us into Monday. And take a look at this. We are set for a couple of 20-plus degree days. This is anticipated for Monday. Daytime high, 21 degrees, a mix of sun and cloud for our Tuesday. But by Wednesday, we could see the return of precipitation moving through.
Weather is brought to you by Manotick Tree, complete tree care from start to stump.
And if you don't have tickets to the Sens game for Saturday, but you are heading out to the Sens zone or the red zone, or heading up a patio, take a look at this. Noon hour, wind gusts up to 40 kilometers per hour, 8 degrees. 3 o'clock, it'll be 13 degrees and sunny. The wind will have calmed down. And by 6 p.m., sun and cloud anticipated for 12 degrees. So, Stefan, get outside, enjoy the patio, get some walking in, because fresh air, sunshine will do everyone good this weekend.
Certainly will. Thank you, Jackie. Here's a look at the stories you're checking out right now on ctvnewsottawa.ca. All of our top stories are there, but of course we like to get you ready for the weekend. So if you go to our homepage right now, there's a breaking news banner up, a national interest story there. But come down here, things to do in Ottawa from April 24th to 26th. Our digital team has been working hard to compile a list for you. Of course, there's lots of sports on the go. You have the Sens game. The Ottawa Charge are playing tomorrow afternoon as well, and you can see their full schedule there. And then you have Atletico Ottawa, more sports on the go. We are a sports city here in the nation's capital. Stars on Ice is coming to town. And again, everything you need to know to keep your family busy and active on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca.
It's a very rewarding and fulfilling role to be in, especially to see people, start to have hope for the future.
We have an inside look tonight at the Royal on the forefront of mental health care. Also, here's what you need to know. Atletico Ottawa hosts Vancouver FC Sunday afternoon at TD Place. It's a Champions for Chio home opener with a portion of match proceeds supporting the Children's Hospital. Taking another live look at the traffic situation right now, a little lighter on this Friday. Things moving well in both directions at Nicholas. O'Connor also flowing smoothly at this time. You start to see some slowdowns in both directions around Bronson, but if you're heading out to the West End, things really start to pick up between Parkdale and Pinecrest. We'll be right back.
You're watching CTV News at 5 with Stefan Keys. Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The current temperature is 14 degrees. And time now for a look ahead to CTV News at 6. Here's Patricia Bull.
Thanks, Steph. Here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
She was so nice to my kids. She would say hi, buy them gifts. Yeah, so she was really sweet.
Ottawa police say the first case of femicide this year took place in Barrhaven. One woman pronounced dead at the scene, and another elderly woman suffered traumatic injuries. The accused is in custody.
At what cost? Who's supposed to pay for this?
Floodwaters starting to stabilize and parts of the river are receding, but grievances are starting to pop up in Gatineau, where residents want a better strategy for their flood-prone communities.
In terms of the burden on time, it's actually kind of a luxury. I used to have to see, I think, at least twice as many patients, maybe 3 times as many in the same time period. And so
an interesting trend in Ontario, where we're seeing a sharp jump with close to 600 U.S. trained physicians registering to work in the province last year, many right here in Ottawa. We have one doctor's story on why she decided to make the move to Ottawa. All of that and more is coming up tonight on CTV News at 6. That's right after the early edition of CTV National News with Marcia McMillan at 5:30. Steph.
Thank you, Patricia. Now the final 5 other stories we're following today. We are now getting confirmation as to why Global Affairs is delaying the back-to-office mandate for public servants in their department. We're told it's simply because there is not enough office space to make it happen. There's a multi-year renovation project at its headquarters on Sussex Drive and in other buildings across the region.
This government will see this as an opportunity to destroy records.
Bill 97, the Ford government's spring budget, has received royal assent. Ontario NDP leader Marit Stiles says she remains concerned about the changes to the Freedom of Information legislation. In addition to the Premier, cabinet ministers and their staff are exempt from FOI requests under the new law. Resale ticket prices in Ontario will be capped starting next week. Ticketmaster Canada says soon fans will not be able to resell their tickets for more than the original cost. It follows amendments to the Ticket Sales Act that make it illegal for tickets to live events to be resold for more than the all-in purchase price, including fees and taxes. The province says it's eyeing penalties of up to $10,000 for ticket businesses that break the new rules.
I think there's a palpable excitement here across the organization that we're doing things differently and we're really stepping up and leaning into our accountabilities.
Our colleagues got to peek behind the curtains of the Royal to see some of the life-changing work they do for mental health. Many know it as a treatment center, but few realize just how much innovative research happens there as well. A new urgent care clinic is set to open in June.
To be able to play in front of them and maybe release the pressure that we had at the start, it's going to be good. So we're excited.
Atletico Ottawa kicks off its soccer season for its first home game since they won the Canadian Premier League championships. Earlier this week, there were concerns about the state of the pitch, but Atletico's head coach says it is in good condition. The team hosts Vancouver FC Sunday afternoon at TD Place. That is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan Keys. Be sure to join Patricia Bull for CTV News at 6. The early edition of National News starts right now.